Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Public Works and Finance Committee meeting here on this lovely Monday, November 9th. I'm filling in as chair for Gina Truzio, who is off today, and Art Betke is also filling in for her, and we have Brandy Sullivan out in Zoom land, all here on our committee. For the first item on our agenda, we have approval of the September 28th minutes.
I was here for those, and they looked okay to me.
I thought they looked good,
Could that
Brandy.
be September 28th
Yep.
or October 28th?
All good.
But I want to amend that and say it's October 28th, even though it says September 28th on our agenda. Are you good with that?
I'm good with it.
Okay.
Good,
True.
Good idea.
And now we will go to Sarah Banks, or, nope, Sarah out there.
Renee?
Thank you. There's Renee.
Can
I
you
was
hear
going
me?
in between my reading glasses and my regular contacts. Sorry about that. For our disbursement report from October.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm filling in for Sarah today, and as far as the disbursement report for 2020, as always, the largest expenditure that we have is payroll for $1,110,449. We also had payments to vendors for the police building of roughly $770,000. We had payments to vendors for well 10 of about $220,000. Whitcomb services for October through December of $144,641, and half of the year of the insurance payment to ICRIMP of $135,027. So, with that, are there any questions about the October disbursement report?
Art?
Not for me, but it sure looks like a bunch of expenses rolled in all at the same
Yeah.
time.
Brandy, anything from you?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that is an action item, so
How do we sign this one?
Well, we will be sending that in after the meeting so that it can be routed for signature.
great. Very good. Now, the Idaho Transportation Department Cooperative Lighting Agreement. Bill Belknap.
Good afternoon.
Howdy.
I'm going to put my presentation up here. All right. Actually, I'm going to close this one here if I can. Okay, the item before you is a fairly simple agreement between the city of Moscow and the state of Idaho. As part of the upcoming 95 realignment project, the Idaho Transportation Department is proposing to install 9 new street lights, luminaires, not traffic control lights, throughout the course of the project. Those would begin near the existing bridge crossing of the South Fork of the Palouse River, and would extend south to the intersection of the new 95 and old 95 intersection. This is customary for all ITD projects whenever they're doing a road construction project where they're adding lighting to the project within the city limits or adjacent to the city limits. They enter into agreements with a local entity to assume responsibility for future electrical and maintenance costs for the light fixtures. So along all of the highway corridors throughout town, the city has that responsibility for operations and maintenance of those facilities. So this is the area, so north is to the right of your screen. This is the area in question, and I just kind of highlighted so you can see those light fixtures there. So we have 9 of them. I think we've got 5 on the east side and 4 on the west side of the roadway. And again, they would begin just south of the bridge crossing. It's just the very right-hand side of your screen and would extend southward to the intersection of Old 95, New 95. IT is requesting that the city enter into this proposed cooperative lighting agreement in advance of the construction that is planned for next year. The agreement just spells out and documents each party's responsibility that IT will construct and install the lighting, and the city will assume responsibility for future operations and maintenance of the lighting. Staff recommends that the committee recommend approval of the agreement and the associated resolution to the full council for consideration. And with that, that's the end of my presentation. So I'll stop sharing and turn it over to committee for discussion.
Do you have any questions?
I think
Brandy?
it's-
Well, Well, Bill, we got one email today from a citizen just asking about, with still some approvals needing to come in before the construction of the highway can begin. Is there any issue with entering into something prematurely?
Not in our perspective. I mean, if something changes with the project, alignment changes or something else, or it doesn't get constructed, we will have no obligations. This is only stating that the state anticipates they'll be installing that lighting with this project and as shown in the attached drawing. But there's really no obligation if that doesn't happen. I'm assuming we would invalidate or amend it to reflect what ultimately gets constructed if there are any changes that occur.
Okay, thank you.
That looks pretty standard from my point of view. So, yeah. I did have a question to do nothing with the luminaires at all, or the agreement, but the road with turn lanes and things to get into and out of prime land in there, is it going to have a center turn lane? Because it doesn't show on that current map. I'm just curious.
Yes, it's a center turn lane all the way to the intersection of Old 95 and New 95. So it'll carry all the way from the intersection of Police River Drive to Old 95.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. So recommend approval for a proposed lighting agreement. Where do we want to put that?
I think consent is fine.
Brandy, are you good with that?
Yep, sounds good.
Great. Put it on the consent agenda.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. With that, I believe we don't have anything else on our agenda.
Nope, we don't.
Should we adjourn?
What a good idea.
Excellent. Brandy?
Right.
Wonderful.
Sure. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and we are adjourned.
Bye.